Hi, my name is Loretta, or Trinity 6, and welcome to my channel, The Limitless Infinite, a space for you to align your mind to higher vibrations and higher frequencies. So I just watched this video from Aarondoughty, and it was called Let Go of Control and Expectation, and he just released it, I think, like a day or so ago. And he said something into the video, and I thought it tied in really well with a couple of things that I've been talking about the last couple days, which I'm going to probably have just posted a couple videos in relation to this state of energy, this sort of state of energy that's in absolute perfection, and how you really work with that as a creator and how you really qualify that energy. But he said something important about how, when he was talking about also about suffering and about how the root of all suffering, is desire. Like attachment and desire tend to be one of the main causes for people suffering. But he said something I think somebody else had mentioned in part of their teaching, that when an energy comes up, you need to let it go. And what he was referring to is when we feel energies that are negative or discordant, and we want to release those energies. And I'm a definite advocate of, if you feel something, there's a reason for why you're feeling it, and to just go through that process of releasing. And you release by living through the experience of this feeling, and then you're able to let it go. But it's important to know a couple things that will allow you to release this energy in a very natural way, without having to overthink it, without having to actively try to convince yourself that you're letting go of something. Instead, it will come very naturally. And part of that is that I was listening to this other video, and I forget the name of it, but it was basically like suffering is... So I explain in my video, energy can't be created or destroyed, and you're in this state, energy's in this state of absolute perfection. And if you're someone who's being very active in being higher vibrational and higher frequency, then you're qualifying that energy in a really positive manner, and you know that because that energy can't be created or destroyed, and because it's in this state of absolute perfection, that whatever vibration and frequency you're choosing to sustain, that you're choosing to qualify, that energy that you've qualified as in your experience, and that you're existing as your vibration and frequency, that exists in this state of perfection. But you have to decide what vibration and frequency that is. You have to qualify all the energy that you're creating with, and all the qualifications of the reality that you're creating becomes the frequency and vibration that you are. And so we have to make the choice as individuals, especially being in this planet of free will, that we have to make the choice of what vibration and what frequency that is. And so when we understand that the true nature of our essence and our being, like he was saying in the video, is really love and bliss and joy and all these really high vibrational positive things, that is our true nature, and that everything else that we experience is what creates these lower vibrations and lower frequencies. What that really means is that because we exist in this state of absolute perfection, and that state in its purity is this vibration of love and joy and bliss and all these very high vibrational things, that we by nature are not low vibrational. But what happens is when we incarnate into certain experiences, or into certain lives, we have things that happen in our experience that create these ideas of lower vibration and low frequency. And what I mean by that is that if you think of anything that's ever made you feel unhappy, sad, negative, discordant, it's always something that is happening in your physical experience. You're having something happen in your physical incarnation that's creating this idea of suffering. But if you watch, actually I'll post it, my previous video, I am not that which suffers, you would understand that the eternal energy that you are, that part of your being is not what suffers. It's the sort of incarnation that you're having in your mind, the reality that you're processing through your mind, through your physical mind, creates these vibrations and frequencies of suffering. But since you exist in this state of perfection, and since you exist as this higher vibration and higher frequency, which is incarnated into a lower density world, and you're having parts of your experience that sort of seem low vibrational and low frequency, or are lower vibration and low frequency, then you resonate at these lower vibrations and lower frequencies. And then these are what people sense as these negative feelings and negative emotions and negative energies that come up in you or in your reality. And then these are the things that he was discussing that we have to be able to let go. But it's really important to know that any of these feelings, even though they feel like they're coming from within you or being birthed in you, or are like part of your being, are actually not part of your being at all. And a lot of that is like this other video I was saying, if I can find the name of it, I'll post it, but it was saying that it's really the actions that others do. It's the things that happen in our physical world. So if you know that you're this eternal being of love and light and higher vibration and higher frequency, you can understand that everybody else, every other energy, every other being that's here on this planet with us is also from that energy. That anytime that we sense discordant or negative or low energy, what that is somehow it's basically the event or the action that's happening between us that is sort of allowing this discordant energy to become not part, but like we start to basically imagine that it's like coming from within us. But really what it was saying is like it's the act of somebody. So somebody does something and it makes you feel sad or feel upset or feel negative, and it's not the person who is the negative, the discordant, the bad. It's the action, whatever action that they chose to do. So we are all just people that are all infinite beings of of this high vibrational energy. But when we have this 3D experience, we choose to do certain actions for whatever reasons. And those actions, it's the action itself, that part of your experience that is interacting with one another, that creates sometimes, or basically it doesn't even create, it's the act of something will qualify an energy as low vibration and low frequency, and then we sense that as discordant things or negative things or bad things, and then we interact with those and we resonate with those, and then that's when we feel like these energies come up in us. When we resonate with a low vibration and low frequency, which is really just the qualification of an energy in a low vibration and low frequency, when we resonate, that's when we feel like it's like coming up from within us. And if you don't bring your attention and your focus to the fact that energy can't be created or destroyed, so that, that part of your soul that is incarnate, that part of your soul that is connected to the divine source, it's in this state of absolute perfection, in this very high vibration and high frequency. And so when you connect to that thought, you can understand that when you are releasing these energies, it's not something that's being birthed within you, it's you allowing this resonance with an action or a part of your experience that has been qualified as low vibrational. And what I say the action or experience is because if you look at another human or another person or something that has happened, or any other kind of being that you've interacted with, where this discordant energy has been qualified this way, then what that means is that they're actually the same as you. They're beings that come from the eternal source that is high vibration. So it can't be them that is the discordance. It is just this act. And what I mean by when I say qualified is that because energy can't be created or destroyed, something that we sense as the discordant act isn't creating discordant energy. It's taking the energy that already exists in this state of absolute perfection, which I've discussed in the last couple of my videos, and it's qualifying it in a low vibrational way. And the reason I say low vibrational is because it's something that we as humans here in this construct or in this matrix or in this reality have set within our culture, whether in our experience, as something that we see as bad or negative or low vibrational or low frequency. And it's something that, or it's just our unwillingness to accept that which is, that also can allow us to basically start to feel some of these discordances. Now, there's a lot of different layers to that and how these energies can come about and be qualified, but I just thought it was really important to know that when you're trying to let go of these energies, it's super important to know that these energies are not you. Low, discordant, negative, bad vibrations and frequencies are not you. It's not the essence of what you really are. It's just something that's happened in your experience. That's our programming from our human life. We have that program has qualified this act or action as low vibrational, and then we're resonating with it. And it's the letting go can, I think, be easier if you understand that if you just connect to that part of yourself internally that is this higher vibration and higher frequency, what you're basically doing is letting go of something isn't really necessarily releasing. It's saying, I'm not going to resonate. This vibration exists, and or there's this vibration and frequency that I sense and as low vibration, and I'm choosing to not resonate it. And the next level of that is not just detaching the resonation or detaching the connection, which will allow the resonance to dissipate and allow you to return to your normal vibration and frequency. But if you can take it a step further and internalize your attention to that which you know within you is this state of absolute perfection that you can sustain in this higher vibration and higher frequency, then it's much easier to understand that sort of letting go and releasing of these things. It's not really letting go and releasing, it's just connecting and putting your attention on that which is the I am state that you are in, which is love, and I am beauty, and I am love, and I am light, and I am all these high vibrations and higher frequencies. So I thought it was important to just make this quick video, just reminding people that so much of the journey and so much of self-healing now is to understand that all this energy, it's like I will say in my last video, you're on a scale of, higher vibration, all energy exists because it can't be created or destroyed in a state of absolute perfection. And within that state is a range of different vibrations and different frequencies. And so you choose which vibration and frequency you want to emanate at, but it is within our nature to be this higher vibration frequency. So when this perfect energy comes in and we create with it, when we create sort of in the purity of what that is, it's going to be that higher vibration and higher frequency. It's only when we make the choice to qualify it different, in other ways, that it becomes this sort of lower vibration and lower frequency. So you'll hear many people say, part of our journey is understanding that our connection to being this, really living within our higher vibration, higher frequency, living within love and connection and unity, because there is that level that we are all connected at, that energetic level that, that we are all connected that way. And so we want to be able to use things in our life now to be able to do healing that basically allows us to resonate with each other and within ourselves, the energy that we want, not want to be, but the energy that we are, so that we can allow more people to share the same vibration and the same frequency, because that is essentially the vibration that we are. And I've talked about in another previous video, the reason you know that you are higher vibration and higher frequency is if you think of anything that makes you feel negative or bad or discordant, that is the part of your eternal being that is higher vibration and higher frequency. You cannot recognize anything in your life as low, negative, bad, or discordant unless you already exist as a higher vibration and higher frequency. So that piece of information alone will tell you that that is why that is how you know that your being, your divine being, is the part that exists as this high vibration and high frequency, because we sense all these lower discordant things. Lower vibrations and lower frequencies are those things that we sense as discordant. So if I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm mad, to me that's discordance. That doesn't make me happy. Like, I don't feel good, I don't feel joy, I don't feel bliss, and it's discordant to me. And when it's discordant to me, it's me saying, oh man, I'm actually this higher vibration, higher frequency, and I sense this other vibration and it's discordant because it's not the vibration that I am. So I think a lot of people sometimes question, you know, like, oh, we can qualify. That's how you know what vibration you truly are. And when you but when you can like come into the truth of any discordance that you sense and why you sense it, then you'll start to understand that this higher vibration and higher frequency, this part of you that is able to sense discordances around you, that is the part of you that you want to focus on. That's the part of you that you really want to give your attention to. That's the part that you really want to nourish. And I forget the word, but cultivate within yourself, because it's already there. And it's a difference. Like, a lot of people talk now about the path of enlightenment, and yes, that's important, but I would just like to say something really important today, which is that, you know, we talk about love and light and a lot of different things, and it's like the light is already here. The light is already within us. The light already exists. The path of enlightenment isn't necessarily becoming more light or getting more connected. It's literally just, it's like illuminating the light that's within. And that's probably why people have called things before like the path of illumination and Illuminati. It's really just saying, I recognize the light that's within me. And now when I make the choice to always be connected to that, or not always be connected, but when I give my awareness and my attention to that, I can bring it to different levels of illumination. I can be brighter. And that's that scale that we were talking about. This perfect energy exists as this light. And when we do low vibration, low frequency stuff, then it's like not very well illuminated. But when we choose to do high vibration and high frequency, it's like shining, you know, that's like when we glow, that's when we are at our brightest. So I just wanted to get this message out because he made that video and I thought it tied in really well with the videos that I've been making. And it's such an important message because people have such a hard time with the idea of letting go and releasing things. And I like to think, I made this other video about crying, which I'll post down below. And it's, we feel sometimes shame and guilt, and we can sometimes feel other negative emotions in the act of trying to release other ones. And I really think that there's a point at which you have to start looking at this as a liberation. And it's a liberation for you to reach your own, if you want to say salvation, but your own sovereignty. And in order to do that, when you take the time to be liberated from these other energies, it's not letting go. It's just choosing to be your inner, to resonate with your own frequency that you truly are. And when we do that, then we become really illuminated. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below or shoot me an email. I hope this video is helpful, and definitely check out Aarondoughty's page. He's like one of my favorite people. I check him out a lot. He has a lot of really good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.